I didn't notice him at first. That's the worst part. He was there for weeks before I finally saw him. It started after I began filming daily videos for my channel. Nothing big, just random clips from my apartment. Cooking, editing, late night updates, normal stuff. One night, I was editing footage at around AM when I noticed something strange in the background of one clip. A person, standing in the hallway behind me. At first, I thought it was a shadow. The lighting in my apartment was terrible, but when I zoomed in, I could see a face. Pale, expressionless, just standing there, watching me. I paused the video and looked toward my real hallway, empty. I remember laughing nervously, trying to convince myself it was a coat hanging on the wall, but deep down, I already knew it wasn't. I went back through older footage and found him again, in another video recorded 3 days earlier, standing near the kitchen doorway. Farther away this time, harder to notice. Same figure, same pale face, watching me. My stomach started twisting. I checked another video, then another, then another. He was in all of them, always in the background, always standing still, and every time he was closer. In the oldest clips he was barely visible, just a shape near the end of a dark hallway. But in newer videos he was getting closer to me, slowly, like he was approaching frame by frame. I stopped sleeping after that. Every sound in the apartment made me panic. I started checking every room before filming. Closets, bathroom, hallway, or the bed. Nothing. But the next day, I recorded another clip anyway. I didn't want to, but I needed to know. I set up my camera facing the living room and pretended to edit at my desk. Every few minutes, I glanced behind me. Nothing there. After 20 minutes, I stopped recording. My hands were shaking while I reviewed the footage. At first, nothing unusual. Then at exactly 14 minutes 32 seconds, the figure appeared, standing directly behind my chair, so close. I should have felt him breathing, but during filming, there was nothing there. I stared at the screen in complete silence. Then the figure moved. Not much, just a slight tilt of the head toward me. I slammed the laptop shut. For the next 2 days, I stayed at my friend Marcus's apartment. I didn't tell him everything, just enough to avoid sounding insane. The second night there, accidentally opened my phone gallery and froze, because the figure was in one of my videos. Again, recorded inside Marcus's apartment, standing in the kitchen doorway, closer than ever. That's when I realized something horrifying. It wasn't attached to the apartment. It was following me. I deleted every video I had, every clip, every backup, everything. The next morning, they were all back, restored, and there was a new video in the folder, untitled. I never recorded it. My hands were shaking when I clicked play. The video showed me sleeping, recorded from inside my bedroom. The figure stood beside the bed, tall, thin, completely motionless, for almost the entire video. Then near the end, it slowly turned toward the camera and smiled, its mouth stretched impossibly wide. Then the video ended. I threw my laptop across the room. Marcus thought I was losing my mind. Maybe I was. But that night, he saw it too. We were reviewing one of the videos together. Marcus suddenly went silent. Then he whispered, "Who is that behind you?" I turned around instantly. Nothing there. Marcus grabbed my arm hard. "No," he whispered. "Behind you in the video." I looked back at the screen. The figure was standing directly behind my chair again. But this time, its face was closer to mine, almost touching my shoulder. Marcus backed away from the computer. Then the figure lifted one hand slowly and pointed toward the camera, toward us. The screen glitched violently. Then the video cut to black. After that night, Marcus stopped answering my calls. 3 days later, I went to his apartment. The door was unlocked. Inside, everything was still there. Phone, keys, wallet. But Marcus was gone. His camera was still recording. I watched the footage. Marcus was sitting alone in the living room, looking terrified. Then slowly, he looked toward the hallway. The figure was standing there, closer than I had ever seen it before. Its body looked wrong. Too tall, arms too long. Marcus stood up slowly. The figure didn't move. Then suddenly, the video distorted with loud static. For one frame, the figure was directly in front of the camera, smiling. Then the footage ended. I went home after that. I locked every door, covered every mirror, turned on every light. Then I noticed something. The red recording light on my webcam was on. I never turned it on. Slowly I looked at my computer screen. A video recording window was open, live. I was sitting at my desk, exactly where I was now. But behind me, standing in the darkness of my hallway, was the figure, closer than ever. Its face was right behind mine, and this time, I wasn't looking at me. It was looking directly into the camera, smiling. Then it whispered. Finally, the screen went black, and behind me I heard footsteps.